Oh, okay. I was gonna start talking and then there we go. Now I have a source of refreshment. All right, so I did post on Twitter. We're good there. Let's get this going. Here we go. Max Coco Cam. All right. Okay. I've got my clip in case. Oh, is that a big stretch? It's a big stretch. Starting off strong with a big stretch. I'm going to save this as, I'm going to just add color to the end of it. As if I want to save it for, really? There we go. Illustrator being slow today. And I think what I was going to do is I was going to put, I'm going to keep that on a slightly, did I group? Okay, good. I'm going to go ahead and group that, and I'm going to put her on a slightly lighter line art because this is going to be an outdoor scene, and I'm thinking I might want to move this up. I'm going to keep these guys independently colored. And I know, let me see. Yes. Okay, so I already extended my artboard. However, I kind of want to repurpose this and do multiple things with it. Because I could use these two guys and add maybe a floof here. And that could be a new quote template. She's flapping her tail a little bit. I could tip it, but I worry if I do that, it'll disturb the lady too much. Kind of want to do another set. I want to do another floof here. I didn't have this floof originally, but I think there's maybe this floof is enjoying the, maybe this floof is enjoying the weather like everybody else. So I did make my goal. Well, I extended it to yesterday a little bit because I did actually start that book a little later. I did finish my last week's book. And there are a couple of things in it that, just show it really quick so you can see, well, maybe you can't see. Yeah, those are all my bookmarks. And I still have to go through because I finished the last piece while I was walking, and I do have some quotes and little marks to put in the last chapter or so. But God, there was one, oh, there's my bookmark. Save it for the next one. There's one thing I really loved. Let me see if I can find it. It was just a turn of phrase that was just so perfect. Let me see if I can find it. It's a little, oh, here we go. Flatulence in thought and language. When I read that, I was just like, that describes so much. And just flatulence in thought and language. I like that. Just a very, yeah. So that was an unintended quote highlight, but other stuff definitely. And I think I used one of these for my weekly quote. Lots of good ones in here. And the one of the first, and actually it outlines everything on the back, and it's more of a kind of like a way he describes it himself as like a parenting books, but parenting yourself or parenting like a creative. And you know, because oftentimes creatives, you know, we're our worst critics, that inner voice. And you know, you'd never talk to, you know, somebody else the way we talk to ourselves, or talk to a child that way. And so what he did was he kind of gave a list of ways to break yourself out of a rut, or just to reinvigorate your creativity by applying the principles like how a child, you know, makes art or is creative or plays. And it's really, really interesting, and a lot of very good applicable advice there. And this is the one I used, I think. Make a big pile of imperfect things. Eventually something in the pile might be worth saving. I like that. And you know, that speaks to when I was doing my daily drawing. I was making a big pile of imperfect things because I was just focusing on quantity, not quality. And from that, I got a lot, you know, not everything was awesome, but from it, I got a lot of really good things that I used in a lot of different ways. I used it, well, definitely in like my graphic novel compilations of the comics, stickers, the sketch art books I was doing for a while. Just really a lot of different good applications, all these small little things. And sometimes when I go back over my sketch folders, I forgot about a lot of these things that I drew. And all these ideas, like, darn it, that was a good idea. I kind of want to revisit it or redraw it, or, you know, do one of those draw it again things. And for a while I was doing that with my happy paper, Happy on the Mountain one. I would redraw it where his coat is kind of becoming the fall leaves. I might be due to redraw that one sometime soon. But also I was doing a study of that scene, and I did it several different ways, but the meadow kind of dream sequence from Howl's Moving Castle, I did that with Momo, and used it as a piece to study and just kind of explore it. I remember on one of them, I was wanting to figure out how to draw those kind of voluminous, fluffy clouds that look like cotton. And at the time, I could really only draw like shiny things. I hadn't really figured out soft textures. And that was one of the things that I was working on in some of those those dailies that, you know, that the quantity of them really helped. Just going through adding more detail here. Sharon, happy Tuesday to you too. Welcome to the stream. I hope you're having a good day today. I decided I wanted to color this one, and because I so rarely get to color, especially on comic days, I was like, you know what, let's do some color. I've already got the line art done, and that would be a two-parter where I do line art and color. If I ever go back and, you know, like thumbnail my streams or do anything crazy like that, that would be valuable. Got through some annual trainings at work. Oh, nice. Excellent. Yes. Always good to get that stuff done. So, love all the details you have drawn. Yay, thank you. I can't remember if I got to the, I think I got the line art done, but I didn't do shadowing on stream because I went through and I feel like I was doing this just as I was chilling and kind of winding down. I don't think I got to these shadows on stream, but I could be wrong. Oh, that was another thing I really enjoyed in that book. And this is definitely going to be a quote that I'm going to put in my newsletter, my Monday quote inspirational. And it really, I always say, like, when I switch to traditional from digital, it's just so refreshing. I always bring something back to digital from those breaks. And this had a really interesting and neat way to describe that. And let me see if I can find it. It was, let me see. I think it's number 3 because it had materials. A big pile of imperfect things. When you're worried about wasting your precious supplies, you don't have to worry about being perfect. Also, oh shoot, where was that? Yeah, here, I'm right here. All right, here we go. Nothing makes us want to play like a new toy. Put your old toys away and start playing with some new ones. If you can't seem to write good songs on your trusty guitar, pick up a mandolin and start noodling around. That's how Peter Buck wrote the riff for REM's biggest hit, Losing My Religion. Once you forget what it's like to hold a guitar, you can pick it up again and it'll feel new. And I think that really kind of describes what happens when I put down these tools, use traditional tools, and then come back to my old standard. It feels new again, and it reinvigorates the it just reinvigorates your passion to use these tools because you set them aside for a minute and you're learning with something else, you're feeling challenged with something else, and then you can come back and this one feels new again. It's just, I don't know, it really connected to me. And also that sense of play, because that's what, I think I struggle with social media a lot, especially like making reels and that type of stuff. And there's a whole section in here about play, bringing play into everything. And I think that's helped me, especially when I approach that in a way of thinking about it. You're just playing. And there's less pressure when you're playing. When you're putting something together and like, oh my God, this has to do well. And, in the social media scape, that's ridiculous. You never know what's going to do well. Even the people who make things that seem to go viral every time, they never know what's actually going to hit. And bringing that sense of play in, I think, really helped take some of the pressure off. And it just, a lot of this stuff is in your head, but it's the way I have to kind of got through it and dealt with some of it in my head, at least. It's always good to take a break and approach to things new, and it helps. Yes, exactly. And I think taking away that undue, you know, the infinite number of, you know, mistakes you can effectively erase with Control Z. And that's a challenge, because if you're working in ink, if you're working especially in like watercolor and things like that, if you mess up, you know, you got to figure out how to fix it or how to work it into what you're already doing. And one of the I actually caught this one on camera. It was one of my more recent ink paintings. I had way overloaded my brush with ink, and I put it down on the paper, not realizing what I had done, and it was just like a puddle. And I had, you know, seconds to figure out what I'm going to do with this. And so fortunately it was on grass, and I just started just moving the paint around, and all of a sudden just trying to spread it out so it doesn't, you know, start bleeding into these other areas, turning my floofs yellow and all that good stuff. And then suddenly I got these areas of what started to look like dappled light. And so it was a massive, you know, mistake turned really fun. And I was like, oh gosh, now I wanted to repeat that over the rest of that area. And I had to figure out, okay, first, how did I turn this mistake into this? What was I actually doing with my paint, you know, brush that allowed me to create this? Because I was just moving very fast, not really thinking about it. So I had to apply that again, but with purpose. And so when you're trying to, you know, recreate something that was very spontaneous intentionally, that kind of, it's like, you know, moving the bar up a little bit, and you've got to jump a lot higher. And because, you know, sometimes spontaneity only works being spontaneous, and you can, I don't, you know, anyway, that was one of the things that I think came of switching those materials up, and, you know, putting the old tools and toys away to, you know, force yourself to use something new for a little bit, and kind of take away some of the old habits. Because that's something too, you, by using new materials and tools, you have to learn new habits. And the longer you work with something, the more ingrained your habits get. And by putting things away and forgetting a little bit how to use things, you can kind of bring back new ideas and change up your methods a little bit. So, but yeah, that was the book I finished. Yunan, hello, welcome to the stream. Thank you. Here, let me zoom out a little bit. You can see the whole thing. This is going to be a scene on a hillside. I'm going to have hopefully nice, fluffy, buoyant clouds up here. I found out that through lots of trial. Hey, Ashwin, welcome to the stream. YouTube, what are you doing? YouTube is translating weird. Oh, you've been sick? I hope you feel better, Ashwin. I definitely know how that feels. I came back with some con crud from San Diego, and I'm still like fighting with the it's not full on congestion, but it's not like, I don't know. I still find myself coughing and just having a little trouble breathing at times, but I hope you get better soon. Oh, thank you, Yunan. Drawing is definitely a happy place for me. That was another thing. Oh gosh, you know, okay, I love this book. So heartily recommend all of Austin Kleon's books, but this is the most recent one. So, gosh. Another segment he talks about is, you know, when you're stuck, you don't really, you can lose sight of what, especially in the online space, you're getting constantly fed by what the algorithm thinks you want to see, these things that you want to consume, that it thinks that you want to see. And so you're in effect being influenced by a lot of other people's tastes as opposed to your own natural taste. And so you can kind of lose perspective on, you know, what you actually, as for an artist, like to draw, the subjects you like to focus on. And so that was another thing about asking yourself, well, what used to make time disappear? And what used to, like when you were little, make, you know, all of a sudden, you know, you started playing in the morning and then suddenly it was dinner time or the sun was setting, and those type of things. What were those things that really sparked your imagination? And, you know, returning to those, reinvigorating those interests, or exploring them again, see if you still really like them. And, you know, what did you, or what did you, like when you were little or younger, did you do that would take you into that, what they call, some people call a flow state? And I just thought that was another neat part of that book. See you next stream. Take care, Ashwin. Feel better. Oh, Yuna, no, don't worry about it. Whoops. You're doing wonderfully. I just had my coaster stuck to the bottom of my can. Get that right off. Oh, big stretch. Stretch. Big stretch needs a belly scratch. I'll go ahead and move this so you can see more of the star. There we go. And of course, just as I do that, she moves. Booger. All right. So anyway, reading through those parts, I was reminded of, you know, some of the old, where am I going with this? Oh, shoot. I need to send this to the back so I can actually see what I'm doing. There we go. I don't know, reminded some of the old shows that I used to watch. All that good stuff. And I still go back to some of those. Last Unicorn, Secret of Nim, all of these, you know, 80s animations that I would watch ad nauseum. So many times that my sisters would hide the VHS from me because they didn't want to hear. One of them in particular was a Japanese import. It was Sea Prince and the Fire Child, which directly translated from the original would be Sirius no Densatsu, The Legend of Sirius. Oh, God, I love that one. It was essentially Romeo and Juliet, but with some mythology thrown in there. And yeah. I think you can actually see it on YouTube. I got a DVD while they were still around of that one, but I believe you can see it subtitled and dubbed. Of course, I grew up on the dubbed, so I never really minded. But apparently one of the characters, Piale, is kind of irritating, but you know what? I grew up with it. She doesn't seem irritating to me, but Oh, I forgot this spot. Gotta love comfort movies and shows. Yes, very much so. Really? There we go. I'm gonna go ahead and put some green down on this. Because why not? Oh, that one on top. It should go underneath. To the back. To the back with you. I'm looking here and I'm seeing this, like, I kind of need to either cut a similar notch in the side because it's not just gonna stop. This is already looking so nice. So lovely. My goodness. My soda hat, it's not really, it's soda water, but my LaCroix is kind of has some condensation and it keeps on picking up my coaster. I keep on drying it off, but it's just not cooperating. Let's do a little green, but let's make it dark green down here closer to the ground because I'm betting that we're gonna have some dark green business closer to the ground where light may reach less. Ugh. I don't have a cough drop here either. Maybe I have a cough drop somewhere. Oh, wait a minute. I do have something. I do have something. Let me see if I can find it. I'll be right back. All right, I found what I needed. There we go. I'm gonna make this a little transparent. I am going to make a gradient here, but I first need to, there, get my shape. And then I actually need to send that to the back again. Make it 100%. Make it a gradient. And let's see. I want that. That gives a little bit of sunlight on things. Good. Good. Maybe one more step up here. And I need to kind of bring this color up higher. There we go. There we go. Now we got a nice log. Now I need to figure out what grass. But you know, I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to bring a couple little bits and pieces just chilling here and there. Because why not? Now I need to figure out what color of grass I'm going to use. Because I'm feeling like this is an end of summer. But it's still summer, so I don't want quite to bring in all of the fall colors, but I want to bring in some. So this is my standard palette, and it's got all of the bright summery colors. There's my spring colors. This is fall part 2, so it's got more of the dusty, desaturated greens. I can always change it. Now that I'm thinking about it, though, I think I want to have, well, that's pretty, but we need to make it darker. So let's just boop, boop, and boop, 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 boop. Nope, not quite. I like the recent colors. It's just a line of greens. You see my indecision in action. So I was also thinking about this as, oh gosh, here, let me hit save and I'll show you guys my embarrassing quote folder. Not a folder, it's a file. Inspirational emails. All right, so this is the one I made for this Monday. We're gonna zoom out. This is the entire artboard and like every single quote I've done, because what I do is my system is I duplicate the quote I previously used, slide it off to the side. So if I ever have a sense of deja vu, like I've posted this quote before, all I have to do is find and replace and make sure that I've, you know, if I've hit that author before, I can go through all of the quotes from them and make sure that I haven't duplicated anything. I think thus far I have succeeded in not posting duplicates. I think. There may be one, but no, maybe not. No, because usually if I get that feeling that I've done it before, I do a search, and then if this search turns up negative, then I go to my folder and actually do a quick just visual through every single one just to glance. But yeah. I kind of need to do something about this. I could like take this whole section, move it up, and have a couple new things, but this file is enormous. But it works. It works. Ariana, hello, welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? Yes, Coco has graced us with her presence. I'm not saying I didn't have to bribe her. I had to bribe her. I preheated the pad, and then when I placed her on the pad, I gave her ear scratchies, neck scratchies, and a couple of pats. And then I refilled her water as she observed, and I think that's what sealed the deal. She was like, fine, I'll be your clickbait today. Yeah, it looks like I missed a spot here. Oh, did I ever. There we go. I missed a couple spots here. Goodness. Sounds about right. Yes. It's a very, very specific prescription, but I can usually apply it and have a successful stream with clickbait. I really like that. That's a nice green. All right, let's work on Momo Cheat now. Let's hit save. So the only thing about my earbuds is I always catch some little strands of hair in with my earbuds and they tickle. And so I have to fish them out. I was just mentioning, I did finish my book, so I got 2 weeks down where I finished a book. Haven't picked this week's book yet. I'm kind of debating. And if I pick a bigger book, I think I'm going to give myself 2 weeks for it. But if it's a smaller one, kind of like this side, that one was not. I feel like even smaller books can be meatier than that one is. But I've got a couple that I'm thinking of that I am debating on for this week. Sure, I'll take that. Yeah, that's All right, I wanted to make sure I was still drawing behind. Yep. Let's just take that down a little bit because I just want that hint of greeniness. I don't want a lot. Oh gosh, speaking of books, I think I've gotten on Instagram and every single time it's just a flood of ACOTAR content, like about the 6 and 7 books, and now it just, I don't know if I'm gonna. I enjoyed the original one with the Beauty and the Beast story, even if the character, you know, Tam turned out to be, yeah, but I can't get past, it was a struggle to read Nesta's book. And I really don't think I actually technically finished it because she's such, I just can't stand her as a character. She is so, and I had the same problem with Harry Potter in book 5. It took me ages to finish that book, and I don't think I did until Deathly Hallows came out. So I waited. Book 6 didn't pull me back. I was just, I gotta finish it. So I finally struggled through book 5, and then of course got the rest of that one. But I hated how surly and grumpy he was in that book 5, and that just took me out. And I can't stand Nesta. I don't care. I just can't stand her as a character. And so that was a struggle, and I just don't. And then there's like a reading list, like for, what is it, Crescent City? I haven't read those yet, so I don't know. I don't want to, you know, yuck other people's yums, but I'm just like, it's kind of my same gripe with the MCU. There's a lot of homework if you want to watch any of the new movies, and I just can't be bothered with it. I'd rather watch like Iron Man again or Iron Man 2 again. Just got an email from Barnes and Nobles about that. Kind of forgot what happened in that series. I know I didn't finish it. Oh, so okay. I'm glad I'm not the only one. So the first one I liked because it was essentially a Beauty and the Beast retelling, but then it sprouted off into this, you know, whole other universe. Well, developed kind of out of it. But I mean, I enjoyed, let's see. I read pretty quickly through, I get the Pink Book was the second one, and then the Court of Mist and Fury was the third one. It's green. I read through those pretty quickly, and the light blue one, I think that was a quick read, and then I just died on orange because Nesta was just a, ugh, God. So I don't really know if I'm going to be excited about these books or read them, because I stop, and I've reread it a couple times, but I just kind of die at the same point. MCU is out of control. Yes, it is so out of control. I saw a picture of it. It was just a visual representation of all the homework you had to do if you wanted to be if you wanted to be totally caught up and current on Doomsday. And I'm just like, there are like 27 or so characters. There are like a ton of characters in this movie, and I don't know if there's much room for plot or story with all these characters crammed in there. I mean, it kind of makes you wonder, is it really going to be worth the watch? Or is it just going to be kind of a parade of different cameos? I need that one. Okay. Did I already? Nope, I didn't color this floof. Let us color a floof. Yeah, I'm kind of excited about, probably won't watch it until it comes on to streaming, but the dinosaur movie, End of Oak Street. I love me a good dinosaur movie. I'll probably watch that one when it comes on to streaming. Definitely looking forward to Statham's new, what's it called? Mutiny? I love it. He always plays the same character, but it's fun. I mean, you know, and I think an article I read made fun of it. Oh God, what was the exact words they used? If you can't, something. If you really enjoyed the last movie where he used his martial arts skills to beat the bad guy and save the day, well, you can watch this one where he uses his martial arts skills to beat the bad guy and save the day before you watch this one that does the same thing. But you know what? It's fun. And sometimes you just want to watch a movie to be entertained. Same. I always pronounce it wrong too. I'm like, well, you know what I mean. I think of the recent ones. Beekeeper and Wrath of Man were my favorites. Oh, and Fortune, Glorious Fortune. It was a big, long, gobbledygook name, but Project. Oh God, what was that? It was the one where they hire the actor to distract Hugh Grant, who plays this kind of like a Hugh Laurie night manager type weapons like retailer. He basically arms all the bad guys, and they distract him. And I believe Aubrey Plaza's in there too. She plays a really funny character. That one was a lot of fun. Project. Oh gosh. Harry Elwes was in it too, and it's ripe for more movies, and I hope they make more on that one because the group that they had was really delightful. And another one of my favorites, not really a Statham movie, but he's in it, is the one with Melissa McCarthy, Spy. Gosh, that one's so funny. I watched that again recently. He plays a character that makes fun of the characters he usually plays. And it just, you can tell he had fun with that role. What's his name? Josh Hartnett, I believe, is the actor. And I gotta look it up. I'll have to look up the title. It's Project Fortune or something. Let's see. Fortune movie. Operation Fortune. That's what it was. Directed by Guy Ritchie. Yeah. Force and Fortune, who must retrieve a stolen high-tech device before an arms dealer, Hugh Grant, can sell it to the highest bidder. That was a lot of fun. Apparently, it didn't get a lot. Wait, that's probably critic reviews. Yeah, critics hated it, audience loved it. That's all you need to know. It's a fun movie. I get suspicious when they both agree. Like, All right, let's see. I made that really saucy green, but I'm gonna go back over here, I think, and I'm gonna grab my base green because this, and I'll probably gradient a little bit brighter, even though it's in the background. I'm gonna go a little bit lighter, I think. But first, I need to actually make the shape. And whoop, there we go. Now let's apply my gradient. Oh, brown grass. That's not what we need. We need bright grass, green grass, happy grass. And let's send this section back. Boop, behind that one. Now I definitely need something here. Or I need to move these down. But this is a long version that's going to be a wallpaper. So I think technically what I need to do, I need to extend this, because if it's the wallpaper version, all of the icons at the bottom of the screen are going to be across the flues. And I kind of want those right here. So I'll need to draw it down a little bit. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this darker color, since that's here, and I'm going to kind of do a little stuff here. Just to give this hillside a little bit more like personality, like it's, I don't know if I'm doing what I want to do. And we're gonna take it down a little bit. Okay. Maybe. Oh, bring a snow. I forgot that's in your own group, aren't you, Momo? All right, so we're gonna bring it, send it to the back and bring it forward, and we're gonna make it just a lot lighter. And then I can do the same thing with my little floof, my little nugget over here. Oh, I do have an update on the reading on the treadmill. I'm getting better. And I think it's just a matter of repetition, that I get used to the motion, or get into I found a good speed, and it's my normal speed, but it's just, I think I'm getting better at it, and I think I'll be able to read more using that. And I did a comparison too, because time just flew by while I was reading the first time, yeah, it was like half of the walk was just boom, it was gone. And the second time I tried, I divided it up, because it's so warm here, I have to pause, I have to get some water, I have to, just blot my face. So I was able to do 2 sprints that were 10 minutes before I took a little break, and then after those 10 minutes I was getting really overheated, so I divided it into 5s, and that seemed to work pretty well. I wasn't getting, it's not dizzy. Dizzy isn't the right word, but it's not quite nauseous. It's definitely like a nauseous feeling if I try to read when I'm in the car. Like if I'm in the passenger seat or in the back seat, if I'm trying to read, I kind of have to be like a little bit lower in the seat so I don't see motion kind of out of the corner of my eye. I kind of have to position myself just to be like almost with blinders on, so that doesn't bug me. And that's when I get kind of that queasy feeling. It's not quite that on the treadmill, but I think it has something to do with switching focuses. So I've got the book here, but then the book is bouncing around and moving, so my eyes are focusing and doing different things. I think that's in that instance where my discomfort is coming from. So I've gotten better at holding the book steady. And I tried even putting it on the little easel thing, but I'm bouncing, and so it's still the same problem. So the book has to be bouncing with me. So yeah, we'll figure it out. I shall figure it out. And also watching a stream helped too. I was watching Chris's stream yesterday too, after I got done with my book. And that made the time go by really quick too. So I want to make that, I kind of want to make this not like that, because that color says fall to me. That says this bush is getting ready to go into hibernation. And it's getting ready to shed, or he's not too happy. I want to have a little bit more vibrancy than that. Maybe if I go that, maybe, well, is that too blue? Is it too blue? Capel, hello, welcome to the stream. I used to watch your streams about a year ago. They inspired me to just do animation. Wonderful! Oh my goodness, moving to Japan. How cool is that? Oh, that's so cool. Well, good luck to you. I hope you have an amazing time. Big stretch! Oh no! We gotta rub the belly. Coco's happy for you too and gave you a big stretch. Sounds like a wonderful adventure ahead indeed. I kind of want to flip her leg a little bit. But that might make her leave. So I gotta be careful. All right, I'm enjoying this color. Maybe we'll change it, but there's going to be a nice pretty blue sky, so maybe that's picking some of that up. And I probably need to work on, oh, I like that, but you know, this is weird. It kind of looks like, I think I need to move this a little bit so this doesn't look as in line with this floof. And that tangent's a little weird. this up a little bit. All right, that's a little better. Might want to take this down a little bit. Just slide it down. Yeah, just pull these down too. Nope, 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 nope. All right. Oh, what a mess. Good grief. All right, let's address this mess. I'm gonna need another point here, don't I? Of course, I'm zoomed in to whatever this is, 1600%. It's crazy how after a complete year you just appeared on my recommendation. Aww, that's so cool. I'm sure whatever it is, it'll be awesome. Always remember to keep that playful spirit. I was just talking about this. I read a really good book last week called Don't Call It Art by Austin Kleon. This author is really tremendous. He has 4 other books. Okay, let me see without looking. Steal Like an Artist, Keep Going, Show Your Work are the other 3. And then this is the 4th one. All about, you know, smallish, really easy reads. You might want to pick those up and keep them with you. All right. I like that. Now let's address the clouds. This is going to be the most difficult part, I think. Oh, that's really cool, Capillo. I'd be happy to see you again. All right, let's give this a gradient. Not that gradient, but this gradient. And I have to do a light blue at the bottom. I did try to paint some clouds on one of my traditional ones, and I had it was actually I did that on stream here. Did I paint the clouds on stream? I know I painted the floof and the mushroom. I think I left the clouds to after stream, but that was so fun. And kind of like water, I learned that the less you do, the better it looks. It's like just small hints and touches here and there, and then the viewer can kind of fill in the blanks and see the clouds. So that is what I learned from that one. think I might cut these and build the clouds in their own group. This is going to be difficult. Okay. I started them. Okay. Thought I did. I thought I did some of them. Couldn't remember how much. And maybe I want to go, ooh, I don't know if I want to do that, but maybe transparent on the purple, maybe, or maybe make it blue, but transparent. No, that's going to make them grumpy. I don't want grumpy clouds. But let's see if I can build up otherwise, because I want to, I think the key is building in. Of course, I go for an area that's not even going to be on the canvas. Go for areas that I can pick up the background color. I don't like that shape. And then it's going to fade in when I have everything where it should be. I think I messed up, but that's okay, because we're gonna figure it out right here. And I'm gonna send this to the back, and it needs to be oops. Let's see how it looks when I jump out. Gigi, hello, welcome to the stream. Oh, these definitely need to be pushed to the back. There we go. I kind of want these clouds to be blurred. I really think they should be blurred. I'm gonna blur them, but I'll wait until I'm done. I'm gonna draw some highlights, I think. I'll do highlights, and then we're gonna blur. I don't need to be 100%. Because right now they're looking too shiny. And I think I wonder who wrote the book of life. All right, let's do this. Ooh, still looking a little. Ooh, can I do I want to do that with a, do I really want to try to blur a gradient? Oh God, that's gonna, I have a worry that that's gonna break Illustrator. Illustrator's gonna be like, yeah, no, not today. I'm not gonna risk it for that biscuit. That biscuit is not that tempting. I would have like lighter clouds. And let's see if I can blur this group. Let's just blur this group. A little bit more, a little bit more. Woo! How's that look? Ooh, nice blurry cute clouds. But I'm gonna go eat now. Okay, take care, Gigi. Have a good lunch. Oh, of course, all of these go all the way to the back. So now I can select these guys and drop them down just a smidgy smidge. You don't need to be that bright. All right, so that's gonna work, I believe. Now let's do some grass. Let's just do some, because there's like wind blowing, I imagine. I get too overzealous, but I need another floof. I think I kind of want a floof up here. What say you, Beanie Weenie? Got another big oh! His belly. Keep purring. Coming tickles, yes. I'm doing it this way because I'm just going to sit this object, this group, on top of her head. I'm not going to erase anything behind. I'm just going to, because if I decide I don't really want this floof up here anymore, I can just pick them up and move them. I think this ear might be what's bugging me. Kind of makes a little more sense now. All right, I think that's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. Let's save. Oh, I need to make. I'll drop these in the wallpaper folder. Okay. Save. I would like to save this as something. Let's save this as. Long name. All right, now let's see if I can remember. It's 1242 by 2688. 1242 tab 2688. That's the HD version. And let's see if we can make this work. Oh, I might have to extend. Oh, no, that's all right. That'll give good. Okay, good. Yeah. Okay. Let me see. I want to make, yeah, that's good. So clock will be about right here. Floof, these will have the unlock and all of that icons. That should work for the HD version. That's interesting that this is overlapping over here though. I think I'll move this. There we go. Just a little bit over. Just a wee bit over. And maybe a tiny bit smaller so I can see all of this floof. A bit smaller. There we go. And now I'll just draw this down. There we go. Get rid of that. Excellent. So now let's do save. And now let's do the HD version. Save. Big long name. HD 2688. There we go. And now let me go drop this into the folder so you guys can enjoy. Stream BG temp. Here we go. All right. I need to go to desktop. I need to find, there they are. It's over. Drag and drop. There we go. So this is, all right, I want this one. Share. Copy link. All right. So here is the HD version. I'm going to paste the link in chat. If you want to use this as your wallpaper, you're welcome to. That's where you can grab it. I will also be posting it on Instagram and the stories, so you can grab it from there as well. That back up here. Okay. All right. Yay. Oh, that was fun. And then I'll use this one for a good background, like in my stories and stuff there too. And I think, well, let me just go ahead. $1,000 by 1,000. All right. That'll be a good one for a background. And let me just add some little sparklies here. Oops, no, don't want to do that. I would like to do this. That was a stretch bean. What was that leg? All right, I'll mess around with that a little later, but that'll be good because I need some new ones. So, oh, you're welcome, Sharon. I hope you enjoy. I know I need to change my background too. It's I think it was Floof Cooking. It's Cookie Floof. And then my regular one is the, well, you can't really see it. It's the Baker Floofs. There we go. I think I'll probably end the stream there. Feels like a good spot. I got a lot of good coloring done, and I enjoy this. It's a nice, still summery, but I've got some fall, well, some browns. It's kind of whispers of fall maybe on the horizon. You have a great rest of your day too, Sharon. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I will be back on Thursday with comics, and I had a huge brainstorming session yesterday, which was so wonderful. So I got a lot written. Actually, that's a brainstorming page for me. I have a Granny Bear comic written. And I have then one that is a spin-off of the Pile of Imperfect Things. I have another one that's text right now, but I need to figure out how I want to illustrate it. And then I have another one that was inspired by a comment on Instagram about a sweet like I want to work purr into surprise. Surprise. And I think it'll be a Coco Momo and Pudge. So that one I got mapped out. And the other one on the side is what I did last Thursday, which was when you season your work with play, you invite joy that can be shared into every day. That one was a good one. But yeah, so good writing session. And it snuck up on me too. I wasn't expecting it, so that is always good. My lady, is it bath time? Uh-oh. Big stretch! Oh, we gotta toast the other side. Oh no, it's bath time. Alright. I'll go ahead and go to my ending screen. There we go. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope you have a great rest of your Tuesday. Thank you, Sharon, Ariana. Let's see. Kapil. I think Ashwin was here. Yunon. All my lurkers. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Always enjoy your company. I'll be back on Thursday with some comics, and I hope to see you then. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you next time.